well, it's happened. Here is your number 3, and the web is having a field day. It's almost like they've been cooped up all year with only an hour of their favorite subject to look forward to. There was an amoeba of family members of the Callahan family who went to go visit their great-aunt Bertha before her inevitable expiration. And Cousin Floyd died on the way, run over by a train, dead drunk on the train track. The whole family's real reason for taking the trip in the first place was that they had a feud with some people on the neighboring complex, and they wanted to get away from that. Cousin Floyd was in love with the girl from the neighboring warren, and that's why they removed him, but he wanted her, and it drove him to drink, and that's why he died. People need to look within, deal with their own guilt feelings. They need to take responsibility for the coulda, shoulda, wouldas, and get some therapy, and deal with their own lives, instead of demanding that outside entities fix all their problems and hand them everlasting perfection on a silver platter. If you only knew the wide variations in the human psyche, you'd be surprised at how much we do agree on.
We at Warren HQ are deeply saddened by the loss experienced by the Sangre family. Our hearts go out to them, and we know that everyone in the community can rest in the assurance that they did everything possible while the family made their journey.
How could you tell people to rest in the assurance that they did everything they could? Some people did nothing at all.
It's a philosophical and spiritual attitude that says everyone is doing their best at all times. With this attitude, compassion for all people is possible. Without this attitude, you can go around believing that people are holding out on you or hurting you on purpose. Yes, and for people who didn't know them or were too far away, nothing was all they could do. It's easy for emotions to run high when stories like these catch the public imagination.
It's not about the public imagination. You think their story is imaginary? Their story is real. It happened to real people, and those real people have real feelings about it.
Yes, but you are not them.
It didn't happen to you. Going online happened to you. And you did that to yourself. Why do you feel empowered to project your feelings onto their story and demand recognition to yourself? Maybe you should look for the root of these feelings in your own life. Maybe you could make some progress in improving your social, emotional functioning. Getting up in arms about stories outside of your own life is a band-aid at best. And wasn't it you who made a post that said, "No one has the right to tell another person's story. A person should only recount stories that are aligned with their own personal identities, otherwise it is exploitation"? But the Sangre family had a different identity from you. Therefore, your comment is an invalid. However, it is important to maintain perspective and to avoid catastrophizing or devaluing. Actually, sometimes you need to get catastrophized to get anything done. You at Warren Q HQ need to see this as the catastrophe it is. People were separated, and the incompetence of your system itself.
I believe they were separated by choice, and they unfortunately perished while traveling. All provisions were given that would enable a healthy person to sustain travel. Warren HQ takes no liability for pre-existing conditions of any person. There you have it, the actual Warren HQ bragging about how uninclusive and inaccessible and ableist their Warren system is. It is a cognitive distortion to suggest an entire system is worthless based on a sensational story of uncommon tragedy.